This organization was created with the purpose of turning victims to become the most extreme machines. Level 1 Assassins. They possess the ability to use firearms to kill people professionally, leaving no trace behind. Level 2 Assassins. They are gifted with extraordinary agility, speed, and terrifying combat skills. Armed with just a knife, they can eliminate hundreds of armed opponents, leaving the world in fear and admitting that no one is their equal. Level 3 Assassins. Even more terrifying, they can manipulate objects with their thoughts. For example, they can make the gun in their opponent's hand turn back and fire, killing its owner. Level 4 Assassins. The pinnacle of horror. Not only possessing exceptional IQs, but also the ability to control everything with mere thought. They are capable of killing a pack of wolves with their bare hands. However, in the history of this assassin organization, one name far exceeds all expectations: Yayun. Yayun is known as the most successful experimental product of Dr. Beek, but she is also her greatest fear. From a young age, Yayun was subjected to cruel experiments by dark forces. She was injected with chemicals into her body, becoming the closest product to perfection envisioned by the illegal organization. Her supernatural abilities became uncontrollable for the organization. Fearing that Yayun might become a threat, the higher-ups ordered her termination. However, before being killed, Yayun successfully escaped. Hundreds of assassins were sent to hunt her down in the night, but they all failed. Among the group of genetically mutated children, only one boy survived, and he was kept by Dr. Beek. Meanwhile, Yayun collapsed, exhausted, on a grassy field. An elderly couple discovered her and took her to the hospital. The doctor informed them that the girl had survived but had lost most of her memory. Having no children of their own, the elderly couple decided to adopt her. Yayun grew up in love and care, becoming a gentle, filial young woman. She worked hard in her studies, hoping to help her family. It seemed like her life would finally be peaceful, but tragedy struck when her family fell into hardship. During breakfast, the news constantly reported a drop in beef prices, leaving the family distressed. This was because her father's livelihood relied solely on raising cattle, and the continued price drop was devastating for their income. Her adoptive mother, gravely ill, grew weaker each day as they couldn't afford medical treatment. Meanwhile, Yayun frequently suffered from severe headaches. The doctor diagnosed that she only had 3 months to live unless she underwent a bone marrow transplant from her biological parents. Under her best friend's suggestion, Yayun participated in a talent contest with a grand prize of 5 million won. She was determined to win, using her favorite song to secure a spot in the finals. Unexpectedly, this very competition revealed her true identity. During her performance, Yayun unintentionally displayed her supernatural abilities in front of everyone. Dr. B quickly realized that Yayun was the demon from the past. She immediately sent Nobleman, a ruthless assassin, to investigate. When he appeared and deliberately inquired about Yayun's parents' health, she immediately sensed the danger lurking around her family. She quickly asked her best friend to call her father and urged him to come to her house right away. After that, she anxiously hurried back home as fast as she could. At that moment, Nobleman and 2 other assassins had already arrived at Yayun's house. While Nobleman was checking the information about Yayun's family, the female assassin reminded him to act quickly and finish the mission. Just then, a police car slowly drove past them. The officers approached and questioned their presence there since they were strangers in the area. When Yayun arrived home, she only saw the police car outside while the house was completely dark. She rushed inside, filled with worry and dread. But it didn't end there, as Nobleman reappeared on the train. He coldly killed a passenger and threw the body outside. He sat beside Yayun and her best friend, quietly observing. To test her reaction, he swung his hand as if to attack her. Contrary to his expectations, Yayun naively showed no reaction, even bursting into tears out of fear. Her best friend, seeing this, shouted, "There's a pervert here." Nobleman observed Yayun closely and concluded that she had lost her memory. He simply smiled, stood up, and walked away, temporarily setting aside his suspicions. Yayun continued to participate in the final round of the talent contest and won the grand prize. With the 5 million won prize money, she finally had enough for her surgery and to treat her adoptive mother's illness. Meanwhile, Dr. Beek unexpectedly dismissed Assassin Choi, who had been diligently working for her for many years. Her reason was that he was no longer as agile and effective as before. Offended, Choi left the organization in anger, joining a rival group and revealing all information about the genetic mutation project. The head of the rival organization immediately ordered a hunt for Yayun, demanding her head to unlock her unique brain. With Yayun's abilities, he planned to mass-produce level 1 assassins and even heal his own deteriorating arm. Choi led a group of assassins to Yayun's home. They were numerous, armed with guns, and kidnapped her best friend to threaten her. Yayun had a gun pointed at her head but showed no fear. A scar-faced man approached her, affectionately calling her the demon girl. Yayun, angered, denied being the person they were searching for. She insisted she was just a small girl who enjoyed romantic movies. But he didn't believe her and forced her to prove it. As Yayun remained confused, he lost patience and slashed her best friend's neck, causing blood to flow. Yayun's eyes suddenly turned sharp. She said angrily, "I told you it's not me. I said it's not me." Immediately, Yayun struck with precision, quickly taking down the assassin. She shot him dead, leaving her best friend horrified as they witnessed Yayun kill for the first time. Suddenly, Nobleman emerged from the shadows, clapping with a sinister smile. He praised Yayun, calling her the most outstanding level 4 assassin. Nobleman forced her to return to the organization, threatening to harm her adoptive parents if she refused. Yayun asked in despair, "Why are you treating me this way?" Nobleman turned to Yayun's best friend and asked, "Don't you find anything unusual about your friend?" Yayun doesn't study, yet she's always top of her class. Whether it's painting or singing, she can achieve perfection as long as she wants to. Even the scar on my forehead is Yayun's doing. He continued. Her adoptive parents were part of her plan all along. She knew they had no children and would surely adopt a cute child like her. For the sake of her adoptive parents' lives, Yayun reluctantly went with the assassins. She was quickly brought back to the organization, tied to a chair, and confronted by Dr. Beak. Dr. Beak could not hide her excitement upon seeing Yayun. She still believed Yayun had lost her memory and ordered a special injection for her lifespan serum No. 1. This serum not only restored memory, but also nourished the brain and fully unleashed her supernatural abilities. Yayun's memories gradually returned. She recalled being raised in a terrorist organization specializing in brain cell research. The organization kidnapped many children for inhumane experiments, aiming to create extraordinary assassins. Yayun was the most successful product, achieving a level of skill and power never seen before. With her bare hands, she could take down an entire pack of wolves. However, due to the instability of her artificially engineered brain, children like her had to receive regular injections to stay alive. Only Yayun and Nobleman managed to escape that year. But now everything was starting anew, pulling Yayun into an endless battle. Her survival was nothing short of a miracle. This was also why Dr. Beak always wanted her back for further research. At this moment, however, Yayun felt an unbearable pain in her head, as if it were about to explode. Dr. Beak coldly said, "Your brain has reached its limit. Without my serum, you won't survive." She ordered an injection of the blue serum, which would extend Yayun's life by only 1 more month. The doctor believed Yayun had no choice but to comply. Nobleman, witnessing everything, began sensing that something was amiss. As the needle touched Yayun's neck, a sinister smile appeared on her face. Suddenly, all the electronics in the room burst into flames. Yayun activated her powers, moving so fast that no one could see her clearly. An assassin who tried to attack her was instantly subdued. Dr. Beak, who had always believed she was in control, now realized she was merely a pawn in Yayun's plans. Yayun fired continuously at the bulletproof glass. At first, Dr. Beak remained calm, but when Yayun gave her a devilish smile, the doctor panicked and activated the anesthetic gas system. However, Yayun cleverly broke the water pipes, using the smoke to vanish. Unexpectedly, she reappeared right behind Dr. Beak. At that moment, everyone understood that Yayun was no prey, she was the hunter. Yayun revealed that she had deliberately exposed her powers on television to lure the organization to her. She needed the lifespan serum and information about her biological parents to proceed with a bone marrow transplant and save her life. Dr. Beak was stunned by Yayun's brilliant plan. But it wasn't over yet. Nobleman led assassins to rescue Dr. Beak, only to encounter Choi and his team. A fierce battle ensued with numerous hand-to-hand combats between top-tier assassins. Using his intelligence and superior skills, Choi took down one level 2 assassin after another. Nobleman suddenly attacked Yayun, launching a barrage of strikes that shattered walls. Despite his strength, Nobleman couldn't harm Yayun, a superior level 4 assassin. Yayun smirked. "We're not on the same level. You'd better go back and train some more." Finally, she delivered a kick that sent Nobleman flying. Just then, Choi appeared and shot Yayun in the shoulder. Taking advantage of the chaos to escape, Nobleman tried to finish off Yayun, but he realized he was utterly powerless against her advanced abilities. With cold determination, Yayun ended Nobleman's life with a knife and a bullet to the head. After collecting the lifespan serum from the organization, Yayun returned to the hospital to visit her adoptive mother. She left behind 4 doses of the serum, hoping to prolong her mother's life. Soon after, Yayun found Dr. Bak's sister, who was revealed to be her biological mother. Beside her was another woman, Yayun's sister, who was also a level 4 assassin. The final scene hinted that the battle was far from over. The story of the artificial assassins would undoubtedly continue in part 2, with many mysteries and conflicts awaiting resolution.